Hello, young friends. Welcome to the Bloomsbury India Facebook session on the forthcoming book, which is co-authored by me and my dear friend Gulu Ezekiel, who has not been able to join us here. Um, I don't have to introduce Gulu to cricket readers in India, cricket lovers in India, because he's been a prolific uh, writer. He's done books on many books. I mean, his biography on Sachin and Saurav, they were best-selling. He did one on Dhoni, which was again a best-selling book. So he's a veteran. He's a master in doing cricket books. In fact, I always call him the biggest cricket fan I have come across in my life. He just he breathes cricket, and this book, Speed Merchants, it takes us on a journey of fast bowling history of India, and it begins from the time there was it was what should I say? Cricket was a very different sport than what it is now. So I would say I would say. Hello, I think it's for this is for viewers who have joined late. Welcome to the Bloomsbury Facebook, and this is a session on where I'll discuss the forthcoming book, Speed Merchants, which I have co-authored with Gulu Ezekiel. Gulu Ezekiel, I don't have to introduce to cricket writers in India or cricket readers in India, cricket lovers in India. He's been a prolific cricket journalist of good standing. He has written plenty books like the biographies he did on Sachin Tendulkar and Saurav Ganguly were bestsellers, and then the one on MS Dhoni was again that's the book I like the most from his pen. For some reason, he's not able to join us today, but let me tell you, this book, Speed Merchants, is his a baby. In fact, he it was his idea. He had planned the whole book, and we divided it into two halves. He has done discussed written about the pre Kapil Dev era, and then I have been given the task of doing the writing on fast bowlers from the time Kapil came over. So I think it is a book which has not been attempted in India. We have had a book on spinners written by my dear friend Pratap Ramchand, who is now based in Chennai. It's a wonderful book on spinners. So Gullu, it was who set this book rolling. He's done some amazing research. His section is full of anecdotes, and my task has been to spin a story on fast bowlers who came after Kapil Dev. It was not very tough for me for the simple reason that I knew most of them. I could get through to them. I had access to them. But in Gulu's case, he had to rely a lot on the on various books. His research, he is impeccable in doing his research. So, and he has a massive collection of books on the history of cricket. So, it was his first class research that set the that forms the first half of the book. And I'm sure whenever maybe again in a month's time we'll get to see this book, which I'm sure will appeal to those who have only watched the likes of Bumrah and Ishant, because it takes you back to time when India would rely mainly on spinners and not on fast bowlers. And here we had a task to relive that era, keeping in mind that not much of footage was available as far as Gullu is concerned. In my case, I had access to, I had watched many of those bowlers in action before I became a journalist, and later when I was able to cover a lot of cricket because of my association with the Hindu newspaper. So I was lucky. Like I've said, if for Gullu it was a tough task, and it was essentially an effort to give credit to fast bowlers, because in India we have always and rightly so, we have had some great spinners right from the time of Subhash Gupte and and then we had the famous spin quartet. But fast bowlers never got the due, right from Amar Singh and Nisar, and then Shooter Banerjee, who was again, he was one of the most underrated fast bowlers. There were many who didn't even get to play for the country. So this book traces their history. It talks about their sacrifices. It talks about the hard work they did, and playing in an era which was dominated by spinners. So here, I would say, the modern era, we've had fast bowlers who are dominating. So it was very interesting uh, analysis for both of us to do. Gulu had to highlight the fast bowlers, and I didn't really have to highlight the fast bowlers because they've highlighted themselves from the time a gentleman called Kapil Dev came and showed, especially his debut tour when he went to Pakistan, and he made the Pakistani batsmen wear helmet, which was unthinkable at that time. Not many Indian fast bowlers would have made the opposition batsman wear a helmet. So here he was. He brought out the aggression. He sort of conveyed that cricket had to be played very differently, and if you had to bowl fast, you will have to be aggressive. And he, in turn, inspired a generation of fast bowlers, many of whom figure in this book. They discuss their cricket. They discuss their how their career spanned in a time when, at a stage where we had once, I remember in the 90s, we had Anil Kumble, Venkatpati Raju, Rajesh Chauhan dominating, and then later Kumble and Harbhajan forming a lethal pair, where if they were playing together, maybe you needed just one fast bowler in the team. But uh, there is plenty of excitement in the section where Gullu brings out some amazing stories from the past in his section. I have also tried to bring in a lot of anecdotes. Anecdotes, again, will be a feature of this book. And uh, uh, I think in these times, it could be, you'll get to see many inspiring stories in the book, where the fast bowlers, some of them technically very well equipped, some of them very raw, and they just learned on the way. There were not many specialized fast bowling coaches in India. I've highlighted the section where you had MRF, the Madras Rubber Factory, Pace Foundation. They have played a huge role in contributing to the fast bowling industry as it came to be known. And someone like T. A. Shekhar, a coach who worked very hard with young fast bowlers, taught them the basics, then taught them the finer points of fast bowling. They brought in Dennis Lilly. So it was a fast bowling revolution, and gradually, I would say, it came to be accepted that yes, India was a country which could produce fast bowlers. And what a change it was from the time when Tiger Pataudi would have just one fast bowler, or maybe he would himself bowl a couple of overs, and maybe sometimes ask someone to bowl, irregular bowler to bowl, and bring in his spinners as quickly as possible. And he was right, because there were not many fast bowlers around. So he was of the belief that you don't necessarily have to include a fast bowler just because you have to have there's something called using the new ball. So during those days, B.S. Chandrasekhar and Mr. Bedi also. I mean, Bedi sir was he could bowl with the new ball. So Erapalli Prasanna and Mr. S. Venkatraghavan. I mean, that was a fantastic quartet. And later on, we came to appreciate the fast bowlers who were inspired again by Kapil Dev. I mean, I would say Kapil was the greatest, because he bowled on placid Indian pitches. He bowled long spells. He enjoyed it. There were times when, yes, at the end of the day, he would need a long massage from the physiotherapist. But here he was. I mean, his it was a tribute to his amazing fitness, his ability to bowl long spells. Many times one would wonder if he would break down, and it would create bowling issues for the team. But Kapil Dev carried on bravely, and then he had Karsan Ghavri, Madan Lal in the initial stages, and so many later joined in. But Kapil Dev to me was the man responsible for this revolution. And you see the number of fast bowlers who came through from in domestic cricket. Also, teams were having no less than two or three fast bowlers in the team. When a big change from a time when they would start with, they would have three spinners in the domestic circuit. Like my young friend Fazan is wants to know. He says, "Who is the best fast bowler in international cricket you have seen bowl on Indian pitches ever?" See, I would have loved to see Dennis Lilly or Jeff Thompson to come and bowl on Indian pitches. Lilly, because he was very skillful, he would have succeeded. Yes, he came and played in an exhibition match. And Jeff Thompson, of course, he never needed a pitch. He was so quick in the air. So these were some of the bowlers. Imran Khan was a great bowler who came and he bowled on he bowled some good spells on Indian pitches. But left to me, there was Richard Hadley again, such a skillful bowler who didn't who would bowl in adverse conditions also. But I would have loved to see someone like Dennis Lilly if he had come and bowled on Indian pitches, because that would have been a huge challenge. It was always said that the Indian viewers, Indian cricket fans, were denied watching Greg Chappell or someone like Dennis Lilly or Jeff Thompson. They were fantastic fast bowlers, and our I think cricket fans would have seen a very different kind of cricket watching these. But yes, Charudat Prabhu wants to know Hadley. Richard Hadley was he played in India. He came and played in India, so it wasn't that he was unknown to Indian cricket fans. Again, what a crafty bowler. So but I would like to tell you about this book. Why we decided? Because it is I would say Gullu's hard work, which also got me going, and I would say I'm thankful because he picked me to do the Indian section. He could have had so many other young what should I say, young cricket writers or maybe the established cricket writers to help him out. But he's been a dear friend. So I do appreciate his effort to bring out this book, which will be one of a kind. Uh, uh, Dravid has been very kind. He is to give us a good forward that adds value to the book for Dravid to and acknowledge the fact that fast bowlers needed to be acknowledged for their hard work. So yeah, how many legends have you seen live? I have seen, I think, from Kapil Dev onwards, I have seen every bowler live in domestic cricket or maybe in international cricket. But watching them from close in domestic cricket was amazing. Um, Somit Biswas, another a very young friend of mine, he wants to know how many fast bowlers you have seen who never played for India. Oh, there are plenty. There are plenty of them. Ubaid Kamal was very skillful, maybe not a fast bowler. Ashish Winston Zaidi was once considered, India material. He should have. He played junior cricket, but he couldn't quite get into the squad because again, like I said, those days they preferred spinners. But uh, I think these are the fast bowlers who come to my mind. There was one genuine fast bowler who did play for India, but not a test match. Prashant Vaidya. He was he was very very quick, and he's bowled some of the fastest spells on Indian pitches, especially in the Dulip Trophy in the 90s. Batsman I remember saying that they found him the quickest for a long time. And Chetan Sharma was very quick. He was very deceptive for his height. And yeah, Vinayak wants to know from me. the best fell from Kapil Dev. I think it was the 9 wickets he took at Ahmedabad against the West Indies, and again a spell at Chennai, where again it was absolutely dead track against Pakistan in 1979, where India won the match. Gavaskar got a big 100. So Kapil has bowled many spells. I would say. I would say Kapil, yes, and then later on, of course, Venkatesh Prasad, Javagal Srinath. Javagal Srinath has been an integral part of India's fast bowling. I mean, he was uh, genuinely quick, and yeah, it is. Charu wants to know Indian fast bowlers who could bowl well with the old ball. Zahir Khan. Zahir Khan was he was his it was his strength to bowl with the old ball, and even Ashish Nehra of late. You look at Ishan Sharma. I think he's probably the best you would see using the old ball, and it is an art. You have to be genuinely quick to do that, and and accurate. So with the old ball, Ishant commanded a place in the squad because he was so good with the old ball. Um, I would say Munaf Patel was another who was quick, and I don't know why he had to compromise with his pace. That was again it was very strange decision he took. And then you today we have Bumrah from his short run up. He's able to generate such pace, and which can make the batsman uncomfortable at the crease. Um, Farzan wants to know among the most underrated bowler. I think most underrated bowler. I would say it's a very difficult question. Um, Maybe Ajit Agarkar. I think he had it in him. He had the potential. If you remember, you could see his spell at Adelaide. He bowled amazingly to turn the Test match. So I would say he didn't get his due, although he was very good on his day against the best of batsmen. Um, but they all had to. They all were lucky that they watched Kapil, and then in later years they were able to learn from him. For some time, he was a coach of the team, so I remember seeing him from close, how he would spend time and try to teach them. But the one of the craftiest bowlers who finds a good mention in this book is Manoj Prabhakar. Uh, he could, I mean, he had limited talent, but he worked so hard, and he loved bowling to the best of batsmen. That was his greatest quality. And to me, I think other than Kapil, like I said, Srinath, Prasad. There'll be many. I may not. I may forget them here. Like Zahir Khan, Ashish Nehra. I think Manoj Prabhakar was an amazing bowler. He could, and he never shied away. Whenever the captain tossed the ball to him, he would come on and take on the best of batsmen, and he loved it. He loved the challenge. So he would say, कि मजा नहीं आया. If he would take a tail ender, he didn't count tail enders wickets as his wickets. He would look to make a dent in the top lineup, say maybe the first five batsmen. That's what Prabhakar always aimed at, and he was good at giving breakthroughs. So I think, to me, the quality of a fast bowler is one who gives you an early breakthrough. So that Prabhakar was good at. There were times when catches would have been dropped, but that happens. But he would always make the openers uncomfortable. That was his quality. Um, um, Manoj, Kapil, imagine bowling together with Zahid Khan in the squad as a left arm. They would have played havoc, or maybe, and like I said, yes, Srinath also. And Srinath was genuinely quick. He could rattle the best of batsmen, but somehow he also never got the credit, and he didn't. There is always this feeling that he didn't uh, play to his potential, or maybe didn't bowl to his potential. He was much he was worthy of much more achievements, bigger achievements. He did win matches for India, but that's it. And I think this book will give you a fair idea of the changes in fast bowling from the time that Gullu has written, when when cricket was played very differently. There was not much of scrutiny. Today there is so much of scrutiny of the bowlers, especially the fast bowlers, who have to hide their grip, hide the and deliver. I mean, hide the ball before they come in because the reverse swing factor, so many things. But the book traces the changes in fast bowling, the high points, highlights of India's some of India's greatest triumphs, thanks to the fast bowlers. And yeah, Purnima Vivek, she wants to know David Johnson, apart from that Michael Slater dismissal. Well, David Johnson was lost, and the Slater dismissal was essentially, I think, because of the catch that Azhar took. It happened at Delhi, and once again, I mean, David Johnson, yes, he was a quick bowler, who was lost out to Indian cricket, and there were many. Barun Burman, that one name, it always fascinated me. You know that, oh, why didn't he play? Then Kailash Gattani, he was again. I had heard it from Mr. Gavaskar that he was a very scillful bowler. He never played for India, so there'll be many. Pradeep Sundaram, again a good bowler. He could have played for India, but I think I think there is a surfeit of fast bowlers now. Um, yeah, there's a question from Paul. He thinks, what does Virat think is the best bowler? I think Virat would be happy to have someone like. He would have been happier if Zahir Khan was around to help him. Zahir was a very skillful bowler, and he could also think for the others. But he has Ishant Sharma, who is a good bowler, a match winner. Then you have Bhuvneshwar, maybe less pace, but look at his ability to swing and keep the batsman guessing. Then he has Bumrah. I mean, Bumrah to me is the bowler any captain would like to have in all conditions. Then earlier, I forgot to mention Irfan Pathan, who made such a sensational start to his career and to a test match in Pakistan when he got that hat trick. So I think we have had um, some of the best bowlers featuring in the book. Priya Nagi wants to know, according to you, who should set the field, captain or bowler? I think it should always be the bowler. That's what Kapil Dev believed as a captain. As a bowler, also, he said bowler should know what field to set. And Somit Biswas wants to know about Akram, the greatest over. I think this book is essentially about the Indian fast bowlers, but yes, Wasim Akram, one of the all-time greats, very highly respected by every batsman who has faced him. So, and I have had many interactions with him. He comes across a very genuinely helpful person, and to me, I think whenever anyone would sit down to make an all-time 11, probably Akram would be among the first choices he would like to have. Um, um, uh, you'll have to wait for the book to arrive very soon. We have worked very hard on it, and it will be what should I say? I think it will be a tribute to India's fast bowlers. Uh, 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 the effort from Gullu, like I've maintained right through this conversation, is the high point of the book because he had to delve into uh, a lot of research material, write about people. Some of them he has never met or never seen them, so his task was much more difficult. I've been lucky in the sense I knew some of them, some most of these fast bowlers. I should say yes, from the time Kapil Dev arrived on the scene. I've seen all of them. I've known them personally, so I could spin. It's a very anecdotal journey, and I hope whenever the book comes, you will like it. Only and only for the effort that has gone in from my dear friend Gullu, who to me I think he is the biggest cricket fan on earth. And yes, I've also tried to give my best, and I hope you encourage us by by receiving the book very well. And thank you very much for joining me. With the request that during this, it's the World Book Day today. I'll appeal to you that during this lockdown period, please stay at home, don't venture out, and you have plenty of choices now to read. You can order these ebooks and read them on your laptop or your phone if you wish to. But reading is a very good habit, I think, And please, whenever it comes, add speed merchants to your to your cricket library. Thank you very much.